Hi everybody, this is LA with another video from my vlog series, Life After. I wanted to come on today and share with you an interesting experience. And I think this might be a first that this has happened to me since losing my husband. But Friday night, I had the pleasure of hanging out with a friend of mine, from back in the day. We worked for the same company, and our friendship. We've been friends for a very long time. Not always as close as we once were, but every time we connect, we just kind of pick back up where we left off. But this friend had invited me to a cabaret or a birthday party Friday, and I wanted to go, but then because I knew I had some things coming up, like Friday, Saturday, busy day, I kind of thought about not going. But I was like, you know what, you kind of been wanting to hang out with this friend, and she's extended this invitation to you to go out. So after I kind of came home and rested for a while, I decided to go. And it was a great time. The theme of the birthday party, it was blazers and boots, or boots and blazers. And that was like really up my alley because it allowed me to dress very casually, to be cute yet comfortable. And that's important. Right now in Michigan, it's cold outside, and I just do not like trying to get cute and not be comfortable or not kind of be dressed for the weather. But anyway, let me get to the point. So, go to this party and sitting at the table having a good time with my friend and her husband. And so sitting there, had dinner, then, start playing this music. So, this guy, another friend of theirs, is sitting at the table. And I'm just sitting there while it was a ballroom song that came on. And, he kind of was looking across the table at me, and he gestured towards me. And I think what he wound up, he was asking me if I ballroom, and I kind of did like this, because I do, but I don't do it that often. I don't do it often enough. But I said, okay, I'm going to go on out here and give it a go. So I gave it a go, did well. It's great. So then, we're coming off the dance floor, and let me just say, this man told me his name was Kevin. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, really? But I held it together. I was like, oh, I told him my name, but I was just like, wow. So what's funny is that when I got back to the table, one of the first things that another one of me and my friends, mutual friends, said to me was, yeah, that guy you just danced with has the same name as your husband. And I'm like, yeah, I found that out. Might have been nice to get a heads up, just in case that guy asked me to dance or whatever. Like, hey, his name's Kevin. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. So we danced twice that night, and definitely did not have any Kevin vibes from him like my Kevin, but that was just very, very interesting because, of course, my mind kind of fast forwards, to the future. And you're like, wow, what if this guy actually tried to talk to me? Could I talk to somebody who shared the name or shares the name of my late husband? I just don't even want to deal with that. Luckily, he did not ask me for my number, so we don't even have to go there. But anyway, so another interesting thing of the night was my friend and her husband are just the cutest couple, and they've been married for about 16 years, maybe 17 years. And I'm just so happy for them, and they are just so cute together. They've always been cute together. I was, her friend before they met, so I was there to witness, their relationship, how they got together. I missed the wedding, unfortunately, but just sitting there watching them, vibe and just watching their chemistry that's still looking like it's going strong 17, 18 years down the line. And I found myself sitting at the table after I danced a couple of times, kind of, mesmerized, and I couldn't help but think, wow, if Kevin and I had had more time together, that could have been us because we had that kind of fun together. If nothing else was going right between my husband and me, when we went out together, it was always a great time. So I was looking at my friend and I was just really happy for her and that their marriage has lasted and that they still know how to have a good time together. And I didn't really get sad, but I was just very, just thoughtful and reflective. And I always tell my daughter, this is just some things that I always tell her. I remind her, what the Bible says about, when others rejoice, we are to rejoice with them. So it's not for me, to be sad or like, oh, well, why didn't I get that? Or why didn't my marriage, last? Or why didn't my husband, why couldn't he still be here with me? I couldn't allow myself to sink into, the sadness of that thought. But instead, I found myself able to be happy, that they are together and that they are doing well. And I'm glad that I can have that kind of heart and that as I sat there watching them, that I could think about my husband, not from not in a sad place, but just knowing that, if he were here, we would have been having a great time together. And but I just want to, to report that because that was, just a strange situation meeting somebody named Kevin. And because I like to ballroom and it was cool ballrooming with him, and if he is in my friend's circle, it is very likely, that I may bump into him again. So you got to stay tuned for, you got to keep watching my videos because you never know, that name may come back up. And I would be glad if it just came up in a sense of, hey, I'm ballrooming more regularly and, having a good time. But yeah, just a very interesting, tidbit of my weekend. So I just wanted to share that with you. Make sure you subscribe to the video or subscribe to the channel, and I'll report more strange occurrences in my life. Okay, see you next time.